Good evening, everyone. This is BizChicks TV, but tonight is First Monday, so welcome to First Monday. I'm here with my partner, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover Up, so we're the BizChicks. We just want to welcome you in because tonight is First Monday, and you know we get together on First Monday to help you connect and to network and to get to know one another. So
Sharon and grow. That was the
and
part
grow.
I was looking for. It. I was like, wait, because our other tagline is helping you take the hassle out of your
Out of
hustle
your hustle.
and helping you build a profitable business that's fun
Yes.
and fun. And then I was like, what is First Mondays? Oh, network,
Work,
connect, share,
share,
grow.
and grow. Yes.
Okay.
Help you
I'm like,
connect, share,
ooh,
and grow.
yes, network, connect, share, and grow.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly what we're going to be doing today. We have an outstanding keynote presenter that she's going to bring some information to you today. We met her through Tapestry.
Mm-hmm.
But you just need some everyday help with it.
Yeah, and you know when we're in here, we're talking business, folks.
Okay.
So
Uh,
that's information on how to do business better.
right. Lakeisha says she can't hear us. Let me make sure I can hear over on. I
Okay.
can hear it. Where I can hear it. Lakeisha, refresh your page.
Hey, Lakeisha.
Good. Lakeisha, refresh, please, and see if that helps. Okay. So, and Jill from Breathing Space says, yes, she can hear us.
Thank
Very
you,
good.
Jill.
Thank you, Jill. So today is the first day of June, people. It is the second half of the year. Oh my.
Amazing.
It's,
Amazing. We are here already.
I think I've been a lot busy and didn't even notice that
Mhm.
we
The
clicked
time was
over.
passing like this.
Yes, it was passing very, very quickly. And we clicked over into June, and I'm like,
We clicked over.
it was just January. We had our discovery workshop in February, and then it's all went like a blur. Then there's March. We're
April,
all moving.
Mother's Day, and we're looking forward to Father's Day. It's just like, wow.
Right.
Graduations, proms. Oh my gosh.
And things are happening, and the world is in a whirlwind right now. But that doesn't mean business stops.
No, business never stops.
And,
People always need their goods and services.
and it means that we've got to step up and we've got to be ready to serve. We just have to be ready. Claudia, refresh your page too. So just be ready to help your clients and get in there and see what they can do. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a little bit of time here. Let's get our tech situation set up. Jill, are you camera ready? Because I'm going to put the link in the chat because we got some people that'll be coming in, and I'm putting the link directly in the chat. If you misbehave, which none of you will, we have tools for that. But we invite you all. We can get 6 people at a time. And what we would like to do is, okay, cool, Jill. We're going to have Jill come in and talk to a little bit to help us to calm our chaos, tell us a little bit about what she's doing and help us to breathe, because I came in here straight from
An appointment.
yeah, I was on another thing and I'm like, whoo, got to get on the air in 30 minutes. So Jill, the link is there for you to join in whenever you pop in, and then we'll get a little breathing done, and then we will move on and hear from our keynote presenter today. Learn some things. We got a little lineup for you.
Oh, there she is.
Jill. Jill
Hey,
from
beautiful. How you doing tonight?
Grove.
I'm good. I'm reaching for my headphones.
Okay.
It is
So
so good to see you.
yes, it
You
is.
too.
It
So we
is. I don't know if you really need your headphones because sometimes when you use your
Yes.
headphones, it clicks. Let's
yeah,
try it without it.
yeah, you're fine. So
Okay.
Jill from Breathing Space, what have you for us today?
What's been on my mind, because I was just watching a little bit of the news
Oh
recently.
gosh.
I did just recently. I also did a session for someone, and a lot of people have a lot going on. I've been talking with people who either want to go to some of the protests, they're feeling bad that they're not down there. I spoke with a law enforcement's wife, and kind of what comes up for me that I'm hesitating because I think words are important. Now, I don't want to say it's
They
helpful.
are.
I keep hearing the same repeated things of this is unprecedented time. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And for a lot of people, I feel what they are wanting, and then the people close to me is helpful, is for people to listen.
Mm-hmm.
So if people are interested, I can lead just a very short kind of a chance for you to listen to your body, listen to your thoughts. Again, a lot of what I do is when I'm helping you out, you don't have to go to, oh, I have to fix it or change it or do something, but to feel a little more comfortable sitting still and listening. I feel like you can't present a plan, whether it's for business or if you have something to share, a grievance to share, your outrage, any of that. There's going to come a time when people are going to be ready to listen.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what is it that you want to say? One of my friends just sent me a text that her hairdresser's shop was broken into last night. Things were stolen. Other people are still stuck. I can't open my business because of COVID. I feel kind of ready, but then I just heard like the CDC saying, well, maybe leave a window open and open a door and have some fresh air. That's great for some businesses, but that won't work for me. So, what I'm sitting with is even when we allow to open under certain conditions, I don't know what that looks like. For me, I need to sit still and listen.
Okay.
So, I have clients saying, "Hey, we'll do Zoom with you," and then I have other clients who are like, "No, Zoom doesn't work. I just want to come back in." And as I listen and I listen and I listen and I listen, it helps me figure out how to be of service.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I am at today. Is I feel like I can be a listening for people, and I want people to listen to me, not to fix, not to argue, not to tell me my opinion's not right, but can you just listen?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do this. I think this is good.
All right. So wherever you are out there, grab my bowl that's actually up here. Anything that I do, I think some of the people that are on the show have done this with me before. You can sit in a chair, you can sit on the floor. It'll just be maybe 5, 6 minutes, if that. And it's just a chance to be still and really see how you're feeling, what you're thinking. And a lot of the work I do, like my business name is Breathing Space, it's giving literally your heart a chance to stop beating so fast. Your adrenaline, a chance to just go, you know what? I don't need adrenaline in my body right now. So it's just a chance to kind of land, to sit, and literally to take a breath. So you can sit anywhere you want in any position. And if it feels good for you, you can close down your eyes or just do what I call a soft focus on something. You can look at a spot in front of you. You can be looking at me. All of that's fine. And for this one, maybe put a hand across your chest if that feels good. And
Mm-hmm.
start to see if you can feel your heartbeat. And if that doesn't feel right, you can see if you can feel the rise and the fall of your chest. And your heart might be beating fast. You might be breathing fast. Anything is okay. And then just start to figure out or imagine how you want to feel right now. So if your heart's beating really fast or you're breathing fast, would you like to slow that down? You could also feel a little overwhelmed, and that may be a more depressed or slower feeling, and you just don't have the energy for any of this, and you might feel your heart is really slow, your breathing is slow, and you want a little more energy. So there's really not anything you have to do. You're just noticing either your heartbeat, noticing your chest rise and fall, your breath. Like my heart's a little faster again because I just turned off the news. You just heard me take a deeper breath. I didn't even realize it. Like that's my body saying that's what you need. As you feel yourself start to figure out what your body wants, like your body, you might even have a sense like, yeah, that feels better, or this is how I want to feel. Imagine a few things right now that are going on in your head that you want someone to hear. So if you had the most important people in your life in front of you, the people that matter the most, not celebrities, not politicians necessarily, but that would be okay. You have the most important people in front of you. What do you want to say that you want their full attention? What's in your heart? What's in your mind? And then imagine yourself opening your mouth and sharing what's on your mind, in your heart. And you're saying it in any tone of voice that you want, in any language that you want. And everyone is listening. No one is talking back. No one is giving you advice. No one is sharing an opinion. You have a whole group of people who are important to you, and they are sitting still and they are listening, and they are hearing you. Imagine yourself continuing to share anything that you need to share in any tone of voice, any language. You don't have to be politically correct. You can share as loudly or as quietly and with any emotion. But you are being heard. You're the only one talking, and you're sharing everything that you need to share. And now imagine yourself feeling like you're done. You've shared what you need to share. And if you do have your hand across your chest or somewhere on your body, start to reconnect with that and take a nice long inhale. Relax your jaw and let that breath go. See if you can take a little deeper inhale, if that feels okay, and hold for just a second. Relax your jaw and exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can drop your hand down when you're ready. And just see if you feel any different, and there's no right or wrong. It might be something to process for after the show. But just seeing if that flipped a little bit of a switch. And again, no right or wrong if it didn't. But if maybe the idea of being heard and being listened to made a difference for you.
Thank you, Jill.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Peace. Such peace. And if you, Jill, put in the private chat, if you don't mind, your contact information so people can reach out to you. You need to chill with Jill. I believe podcast. Is it podcast or recordings? I'm still.
It will be recordings, but I'm doing private one-on-one Zoom classes and private one-on-ones too, whatever's working for people.
Okay, so Chill with Jill will be coming up, and a safe space with someone you know or know of that can help you calm your chaos. And there's been a lot of that today.
Thank you again, Jill.
You're welcome. Thank you for asking.
All right. So, Jill, if you want to stick around, you can, or if you'd like to. I know you're on your phone, so.
Yeah. And Robin says she loves Linda Younger with Jill online. Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. So let Jill continue to put information. I'm on mute. Oh, she jumped out. Okay. So today is First Monday, and we always have someone that's going to present and give us some really good information for our business. Everything we bring to you at First Mondays is something that you can put into practice so that you can build a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of whatever it is that you're doing with regard to your business. And so today we have Earlene Coates. Earlene is going to share with us. Hi, Earlene.
Hi, how are you?
I am
doing?
Good.
Earlene is going to be sharing some really good information with us. So you want to get a pen and a paper or your notepad, iPad, some kind of way, get something to take some really good notes. And let's get ready to learn some things that we can implement. I always keep a composition book. I never knew these were going to come in so handy for just different subject matters. You know what I mean? Just, this is all about BizChicks. I have one for real estate. I have one for something else, but this really helps me to know where, at least know where my stuff is for things. So without further ado, Earlene, tell us a little bit about you, what you do, how you got started, and why you got started.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And I so appreciate being here. I got started in my current business after I took early retirement from my corporate job. And at the time, I was looking at our youth and seeing a lot of craziness with them, not knowing once they get out of school what to do financially and things of that sort. And so I started on a path of teaching financial literacy and life skills for our young adults. But very soon into it, I realized that there's a lot of the kids that aren't seeing that coming from their moms and their dads. And they're not willing to listen to the, you need to go take this class because you need to learn this stuff, when they're not seeing it at home. And so as I say financial literacy, I want to make sure you understand that for me, financial literacy starts well before the money. It's gifts and talents, using those, and then knowing how to manage the money. But we all have gifts and talents. And where we're using those in life, then one, we're going to enjoy our life a lot more. And we're going to do what we were brought here to do in the very first place. So I do life coaching, I do transition coaching, as well as I have the financial literacy aspect, and even in my coaching, making sure that those elements are covered. But I early on got started because of a lot of the information that wasn't taught from my corporation, from my financial advisors, and things of that sort. And so I want to lay the foundation for our youth, but also making sure that mom and dad are well taken care of in those areas. And at this point, I'm finding that there are many people who realize that they're a little tired of the hamster wheel of corporate life or just getting by, and they're ready to start putting into place their unique gifts and talents and touching the world as they were uniquely created to.
All right. So without further ado, Earlene, you have the floor, and we're here standing by. So you can move your board around, do whatever you need to do. Let me know how we can help.
All right, awesome. Well, as we get started talking about taking your dreams from impossible to possible, which is the talk I'm giving tonight, I was reflecting and looking at today and what's going on in the world around us today. I realized that almost 57 years ago, Martin Luther King had a speech that was, "I have a dream." And I'm saddened to see that we haven't made more progress towards the dreams he spoke of that day. So today we're going to talk about your dreams and some points of how you can take your dreams from impossible to possible. And one of those things, I think, for me even, is the dream of bringing unity in this world, that where I haven't walked a mile in your shoes and you haven't walked a mile in my shoes, but where we can come together, bringing our beautiful, unique gifts and talents, we can impact the world in some amazing and powerful ways. So with that, I am going to flip over my little board here, and you'll see the 5 points of taking your dreams from impossible to possible. Now, the very first is to identify those dreams. As I say that, my question is what dreams have you given up on? Are there things that maybe you're doing what you've always dreamed of now, or maybe there are dreams that you're not even close to thinking you can ever achieve? There are people in life that help steal those dreams in ways that they may not even realize. For me, many years ago, as a little 5-year-old, and if you see the 2-year-old grandson walk in the door, it's what he does. But as a 5-year-old kindergartner, I was given a scribble art project in school. I was so excited by that project. I drew it and then I turned it in, and I went home and I was so excited. I wanted to show my mom how I had done that. And I'm remembering all of this many years later. As I went back in that next day, though, I had a sad face on my paper. Now, I don't know today why. What I do know is that caused me to set in my mind a lie that in some ways held me back for years. And that was a lie that I wasn't creative. That was not that I would have been an artist, but that was something someone told me in a very unintentional way that caused me to set aside a belief that I could do whatever I wanted to artistically. Now, as I say that, I said I wasn't creative. And it was meant at that point artistic, reality is I am extremely creative. In my corporate job, I design large computer systems. And so I have a lot of creativity, but I still had this thing holding me back that says, I am not creative. And that has been one thing that has caused me to step away potentially from some dreams along the way. Imagine had Walt Disney listened to his boss who told him that he fired him when he was from his first job as a graphic artist, telling him he wasn't gifted in art, or Michael Jordan, who was cut from the high school basketball team. Imagine where they would have been had they not pushed through and believed in themselves. So as I start us here today, my question for you first is, what are those dreams that someone told you you can't do? I have a friend who's a gifted artist. She was told that if she went and pursued her art, that she would be a starving artist. And she was for many years. But then she changed that story. We're going to talk about some steps of how you maybe can turn around the story, how you can take things that people put in front of you as obstacles and turn those into opportunities. So as you identify the dream that you've set aside, then the next question is what are all the obstacles that are in your way? And make a list. Write them all down, all the things that tell you you can't achieve that dream, whatever that might be. But this is the point where things can all change. The most powerful thing you can do in shifting towards the belief of your dreams is to focus on gratitude. Now, I have a practice for many years now of waking up with gratitude before I go to sleep. It starts my day off good, but by bookending it at the end of the day, it also helps me sleep better. In those times when I'm seeing all sorts of obstacles and not seeing solutions, that's when I know that I need to increase my energy. I need to get to the place of being able to see possibilities. Now, I have a friend who many years ago was homeless. He was living in a tin shed in the middle of the desert in Utah. It was 110 degrees outside. So imagine where he would have been inside that tin shed, and someone challenged him to write down something he was grateful for. And he said, how can I be grateful? I'm homeless. I'm living in a tin shed. It's 110 degrees outside, at least 120 degrees inside. I'm not grateful for anything. But they kept pushing him and pushing him. And at that point, he finally said, wait a minute, I'm grateful for this pen. I like the way the pen feels in my hand. I'm grateful that I can take notes. I'm grateful that I can send notes to other people. I'm grateful for, and before you knew it, he had a whole list of things he was grateful for. And he suddenly realized that as a result of focusing on all of those things he was grateful for, he could now see ways past those obstacles. He now could see it possible to achieve the dreams and the goals that he had. And so at those points, when you're sitting there and saying, there is no way, take some quiet time and focus on gratitude. What are you grateful for? And even if it has to be as simple as, I'm grateful for the pen I'm writing my notes on. And then the last, and this was something a friend of mine shared with me a few months back. Now, she almost has a hedge fund going public. She's a brilliant businesswoman, but a little over a year ago, her husband passed away. He had had some illnesses for a long time, but it still was rather sudden of his passing. And so at that point, she could have just totally given up. And she, on many given days, did. But she had alongside of her dream carriers. So my question for you is, who are your dream carriers? Those people who are going to help carry your dreams in those moments where you don't see any way of going forward. Now, in a very short time, her hedge fund is about to go public. Now, she does not have an MBA from Harvard or Yale. She doesn't have any of those things that everyone would tell you you have to create a hedge fund. She had the inquisitiveness to say, okay, what's the next step? What's the next step? And at those points where she didn't know how to take those next steps, she had someone who was there alongside of her, and she had actually about 4 people who were alongside of her and helped her take those next steps until she could grab back onto that dream and then move forward to the place of being able to take a hedge fund public when all odds said she shouldn't be able to do that. So if you're out there and you're saying, I'd love to have a dream carrier, I'd love to learn more about getting taking my dream forward, I am offering for anyone who is interested a 60-minute complimentary discovery session where you can schedule time with me. Get on my calendar. The link will be out there for you so that you can schedule time with me. We'll go through and uncover those dreams, help you start looking past the obstacles and on to how you get to the place of taking that dream you always felt was impossible to a place of absolutely being possible, but not just possible, your reality.
Wow.
I love it.
Thank you.
This was good. And they were quick. See, this is the stuff that Sherry like. Doable chunks that you can
Yes.
on.
Yeah.
And Jill says, yes, you have to have dream carriers all around. You have to have those people around you. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go back over point number 1. Identify your dreams. What's that dream that you've been putting off? Man. And you know, when they told you, okay, how old were you? 4 or 5?
I'm 5 years old.
And they gonna put a frowny face on the paper? Come on.
Yep. And reality is, looking back, I don't know why, but I have to believe it was because she wanted something more from me. But what I know is in my 5-year-old brain that day, what it did is it caused me to say, you're not creative. And I can remember a point when I was absolutely surprised by the fact that I won a coloring contest over this other kid in the classroom who was very artistic. And again, I couldn't believe it because, I wasn't artistic. I wasn't creative. I couldn't do that. And that still didn't overcome that message that little 5-year-old got.
And I take that to mean we need to watch the messages that we give to 5-year-olds.
Oh, absolutely. And the messages you give to yourself each and every day as well.
Exactly. And the messages we give to one another about our businesses and our creativity, because absolutely. You can speak some stuff into people and just really destroy the gift and the talent.
Yes,
you absolutely can.
One of my declarations is that, let me pull this up here. One of those declarations that I have for myself is that let me see, I want to make sure I get it right. I allow no corrupt communication to proceed from my mouth, and I speak only what is good and edifying to myself and others.
I love that. That is beautiful.
I just because of I can see a book with a little smiley face on it, with a frowny face, and telling that story, because people's dreams have been dashed just because either a smiley face or a frowny face.
Yeah,
there should have been an explanation.
And maybe there was, but that explanation didn't help the 5-year-old brain remember.
Exactly.
Got the message of you're not creative at that moment. And it wasn't until probably 8 years ago that I recognized
that you connected the dots to that experience.
Back to that point of the 5-year-old little kid.
Oh,
And
wow.
so, and that's where I share that story, because on some levels it can be kind of silly to think that, I flunked scribble art, but that was the message that I got. And I use that because there are so many of us that have something as simple as a sad face on a paper that allows us to then step away from things that are actually our gifts, our talents, those unique things that we're going to bring to the world to make this a better place.
Mm-hmm.
Brenna says you can, yes, you can keep it in your head or you can share with others. Which one will give you more results?
Mm.
And Lakeisha says, what are you grateful for? I believe that's what she means.
Mhm.
The message is, have you been listening to, or do you need to dispel? Who are your dream carriers?
Yeah.
I was like, man, this is good stuff. Wow. Let's see. Point number 2, listing the obstacles. Well, if you know you got a hurdle coming up, you kind of know, like, okay, I'm gonna need to run a little faster, jump a little higher to get over that. Instead of being surprised by the obstacles, know what they're going to be. Okay,
Right.
Terry, what did you say about a plan? Eliminate fear. What is it?
Fight fear with a plan.
Right. So you have an obstacle, have a plan for that obstacle, and you don't need to be afraid of it anymore. Then number 3 was focus on gratitude. We have so much to be thankful for.
Yes.
I have a pen.
Mm-hmm. Can start as simple as knowing you got a pen.
Wow. And then focus on gratitude. And then overcome those obstacles, because when you begin to, I believe this is what you were saying, when you focus on gratitude, then you can be able to see how to get over the obstacles.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the point of opportunity.
Yeah.
You can
I'm
see,
asking the question of how can I?
right. And then 5 was the dream carriers, having people around you who are going to help you carry your dream. And this is what BizChicks is here for. Tapestry is here for this, to help you got people to help you carry your dream.
Yeah.
Because, okay, no matter what you say, you cannot do it yourself.
People.
You cannot do it by yourself. And I know they keep saying solopreneur and I'm a self-made woman. No, you're not.
We all need community.
We need help.
Yeah,
we need each other, and we need one another.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say thank you so much for bringing this message to us. And okay, you all need to definitely participate in her offer for you. I'm going to put her calendar up here in the chat so that you can participate. You notice you can't do 2 things at once. See, somebody
Yes.
said you can multitask. I
No.
can't even copy and paste and try and put that in there without stopping to think what I was doing. See, there is no such thing as multitask. It just, okay. So if you want to get on Earlene's calendar for your complimentary session, I'm putting the link there. I'm going to also put the link for her email
Mm-hmm.
and her website. So
Yeah, and most of my coaching information is not on my website by intent, because I'm not looking to just sell people stuff. It really does need to be a good match. And so you'll look at my website and say, yeah, but it doesn't say anything about this. That's intentional. And because, don't go buying stuff just because you think you need it, without us having that conversation to make sure it really is going to give you what you're looking for.
And that's good, because most of the time you need a consultation and not just everybody, oh, I can fix your car. Really? Can we talk about this?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I don't know if you can fix my car. And there's another comment coming in. Let me see. Anybody have any questions for Earlene? I just pasted that right back to where it was. Let me go here.
Okay, well,
Okay.
Brenda says, this is true. When I had to learn to mind shift from sharing what I don't have, I had to keep it simple. Okay, I was grateful for waking up to care for Ariana, grateful for water to hydrate. Yes, to start focusing on the things that we are so grateful for.
Right.
Oh my gosh, you know what? You talk about grateful for water, Brenna. The water in my community, they've been working on the water meters. So certain portions of the day for the last week, water was not available. It gave me a true, better appreciation, because I appreciate it, for water. Because you go to wash the dishes and I'll say, oh, it's off till such and such a time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you have to use the restroom and you're like, oh, okay, we're not.
It's not going to do what it's supposed to do till such and such a time. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay.
And
So yeah.
we take for granted the little things, like running water, like being able to call somebody or being able to reach out and to connect with somebody. We take those little things for granted sometimes.
Yes. For instance, when I went off camera the last couple of seconds, because I realized my computer was not plugged in, which meant I was not going to make it through this broadcast.
Oh, wow.
The little things, you know, overlooking the little things. It's like, okay.
So whoever you are that are here for the first time, please say something so we can welcome you and hear from you. I see Amanda and Brenda, Carly.
Hey.
And
Hi.
welcome everybody.
Oh, you know what I do want to say? A number of people have requested to join BizChicks group. And when you join the group, you need to answer all the questions and agree to the rules. And I don't know if the rules are so far down that they don't see that box.
No, it says, do you agree? Because you answered one question after the other. And it says, do you agree with the rules?
Yes.
The rules are real short. Anyway.
You know, be more kinder, nicer.
And that's what we're trying to do. And the reason why we want you to, I do tech. Hey, Carla.
Hey, Carla, how you doing?
I do tech. Read the dialogue box. See, that's where we get in trouble. We do that quick scan and think we've checked off all the boxes, but we haven't checked all the boxes. You must check all the boxes. And in life, we do that because you can miss something on a contract. And for what I do, you miss something on a contract because you skipped over a box. You. So just go through. We made it real easy. I like that too, Terry, more. So any questions for Earlene? Anybody got questions for Earlene? All right. So Earlene, you can stay here in the seat. We got Claudia coming in. Claudia, okay, if you have a product or service that you would like to share with us or talk about, we put a link in the chat. You probably don't have to scroll up to go get it.
You want to scroll up and get it?
Yeah, or else I can put it in here again. Let me copy it. You're going to have to scroll up, go get it. But we want to hear about you, what you do. We'll give you like
and what's going on.
Yeah, what's happening in your situation. So we have Claudia. Are you ready?
And
That's weird.
Carla's
ladies.
over here. She's got a book. She might
You
want to come
can
and
stay
talk
there,
about.
and Earlene, you can stay here if you want to, unless you have to leave. We
No, I'm
like,
going to stay and hang out with you guys. I want to learn about everybody else as well. So
yeah. Okay, so
Is Claudia ready?
Claudia, are you ready? I'm not sure. I can add her. I don't see her picture in there.
I don't either.
Brenna, do you want to come on and talk to us about,
Lakeisha was in the back of the studio there for a while too. So maybe Lakeisha wants to come in while we're waiting for Claudia.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Claudia said, I'm here just because I couldn't hear. I don't have anything really. Okay, Claudia, no worries. Brenna, what's happening? Because you are our resident, help us stay healthy.
Yeah, and here's Lakeisha.
Lakeisha? All right, Lakeisha, I'm adding you in.
And of course, she's camera ready. Look at that. Picture perfect. How you doing, girl?
I'm doing excellent. How are you all?
All is well. It's good to see you.
Great
Okay,
to
so
see
tell
you
us
all.
what's happening on because we're going into summer. We were over there in spring. Now we're going into summer. What's happening with our makeup and
Beauty by LA.
yeah, tell us
Well,
what's happening.
this morning I had mentioned something that about a whole new thing that I'm going to be doing, and it's really to make people feel more comfortable. In I was really doing a lot of this already, and being a skin specialist, and I happen to know how to do makeup as well. I don't know that I'm necessarily what they call a makeup artist, but anywho, there are things that we have to do as skin specialists. Now, I don't usually um, touch or anyways, because I teach skincare and I teach makeup. But when I put on my, on the VIP hat, sometimes I do, weddings or proms or things like that. And to make people more comfortable today, obviously, I'll tell you all, with usually, quote unquote, makeup artists do not use different brushes on everybody. They wash them. They don't necessarily use different eyeshadows on everybody. And those are usually more difficult to sanitize because they're in a container. And so I was already using brand new brushes. So in this day today, you all probably need brand new brushes. If you haven't changed your mascara, you need brand new mascara. Just the basics that we use. If you haven't changed your eyeliners and your lip liners, it's time to change them. Your lipsticks, of course, you definitely have to change the colors, but you change your lipsticks. And in doing that, changing your brushes. So to make my clients, when they do, when they're doing photo shoots, and usually I do business women that are going to be speaking, or business women that are going to be doing a photo shoot for their business, but everything is brand new. So when you pay for that service, everything that's used is brand new. It is not. It has not been used on somebody else, including the
So it's not
eyeshadow. Everything
recycled.
is.
We're not using recycled stuff on us.
That's right. No recycling. We're not recycling at all.
Okay.
Not at all. We're not doing any recycling. So we definitely want to make sure that when we're wanting those services, that we are that the person that we're using hopefully is me and is taken care of. But when you're doing that, it's so that it's safe for everyone. It's sanitized. So that's kind of what a big thing where I'm focused. So I'm trying to get it out to makeup artists, and usually, so if you know any makeup artists, because if they don't have a product that they sell, then they're not able to, or not that they sell, but they share and their clients purchase. They're not able to really give brand new stuff for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Now
They're not.
this is a good point. And Claudia mentioned, she said, and include changing your toothbrush. It'll make your food taste better.
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
wow.
Yeah,
I was like,
absolutely.
oh, okay.
Yes.
So we have a drawer full of stuff
We do.
Mm-hmm.
We do.
that we
Yeah.
tried and it didn't work or whatever. And I paid for it, and it's been 6 months. So are you saying, how often do we change out? Every 3 months?
Oh, as far as your mascaras and liners and things like that, definitely
Mm-hmm.
every 3 months. Every 3 months.
So
Definitely.
quarterly, we need to go through that drawer and just throw everything out.
Yeah, and come, have a moment and just get rid of it. Yes.
But she said, have
Just
a
bite the
moment,
bullet, people.
Have your
like, oh my God,
let it go. Because the beauty of it is, guess what? You have a skincare specialist right here that you can be like, listen, I need a whole new everything, or I need everything that I had 3 months ago, or whatever because I keep record of everything, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you have that luxury. But if you want a whole new session, then we can do a whole new updated session for that season. And it's summertime, so you definitely got to have. And some of us are even in our 40s, it gets hot for no reason. It's just get extra hot, right?
No
So
reason.
we need the extra finishing spray so our makeup doesn't move. You need the finishing sprays. You need your setting powder. You need all that. Nobody has to know that you have makeup on except you.
Yeah, and see, here's the thing, and you are supposed to be camera ready, but some people might be thinking, well, why do I need makeup every 3 months? Because you're supposed to be camera ready everywhere you go.
Camera ready. Absolutely.
And the whole thing, I want to do your brows, and we can't do brows and browning, but the next time you have a book a room, which we will talk about in the next segment.
Yeah, I can do brows, but I'm also doing a trash for treasure.
A what?
Trash for treasure. So your junk drawer that you have, you can, if you have something that's comparable to what I have, you can get a discount on what I have that's comparable to it.
Ooh.
If you will throw it away.
Oh, now see.
Wow. Incentive to clear out the clutter and to get rid of those things that have been just laying around and need to be seriously replaced. The makeup drawer is always the last one that I try to purge.
I know, it's so hard.
I don't know why.
I know, it's so hard. Imagine getting 50%. Imagine how much I had when I moved. I was like, oh God, y'all got to go. It's got to go.
And I can see that because the mascara, you like, it's still something in there, and you're still holding on. Like,
no.
Let it go, people.
Even if you feel like you use it once and then you don't use it for 3 months, and you need to change it out, because our eyes have a bacteria, and of course it has those nasty things that I always talks about, those bed bugs. Those that like mascara, especially bites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have a natural.
Brenna.
Yeah, Brenna.
What you say?
Go ahead, Brenna.
You have a natural microbiome of natural little guys that live on you that combat the ones that try to come and invade. It's just naturally there. It's like you can scrub it off, but yeah, definitely. I hear what you're saying as far as being able to. Was that static on my end?
No, you're fine.
Oh, okay. When I was painting faces, I actually painted faces for children, and I would take my Norwex cloth, the body cloths, a stack of them, and use the 4 at a time on each side. But I'm wiping their faces before I touch the my paints that I have. So, and then I would start.
Kid. I mean, you cleanse the kid before you put your makeup on them.
Yes.
Clear that surface up.
Yep.
Okay.
soda, lollipops, whatever. Yeah. Just take care of it.
Let's wipe your face down, sweetie. Oh my God.
So Claudia says, she said, I don't have to think about it. I get that text when I need to change mine. I'm spoiled. And that's what happens when you work with Beauty by LA, Lakeisha. You will be treated royally. You will get notifications and you won't have to think about, oh, I'm out of, that.
Yeah.
Right. And you got somebody that, again, you have somebody on your dream team that can help you stay looking gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Brenna, she's our resident happily green and team.
Green and clean team.
Oh,
you froze.
Who, me?
Nope, we're good.
We're good.
Yeah.
We're happily green and clean, where we're learning to have our homes cleaned without all of the chemicals and the different things that was going on. So Brenna, tell us just a little bit about, I think the first time we heard you come on, you talked to us about the Safe Haven 5 and about all the chemicals you had under the sink, and what happened?
So when I first discovered Norwex, I went ahead and bought the basics just to help address my challenges.
Mm-hmm.
But when I took all those 7 boxes to the dump, I was told that it's hazardous material and I would have to pay to dispose of it.
So let us stop and think about that. Hazardous materials, and we're talking Windex, Pine Sol,
Fabuloso.
Come on now, we like the little purple stuff. It smells good, but all of that was chemicals that they wouldn't even take at the dump.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But we're using it in the house, and I was like, what? Hold on, wait a minute. And then our old standby theory. If the house didn't smell like bleach, it was not clean.
It wasn't clean, girl. It was not clean. Between bleach and ammonia.
Oh, boy, there's a combo for you. And we're up in the house, and we were trained never mix bleach and ammonia, because that was a rule in the house. You had the bleach under one sink and the ammonia under another, but it was still chemicals they use in warfare. I was like, what?
Wow.
And if people had asthma, it was really bad for them. And we couldn't figure out what was happening. Now we know. Maybe that's why, we used to have eczema and some other childhood traumas because we were exposed to all of these different chemicals, because there was pledge, there was stuff to clean the counters and stuff. There was all of that in the house, and all of the chemicals are not necessary now that I've found that out. And we can clean with what? Water? Do tell.
Yeah. We can adhere to the ECE, which is Early Child Care and Education, Green Cleaning and Sanitizing PDF, compiled by, it was compiled by 2 universities in the state of California and then the California Nursing Institute. And they have this whole thing on what's so great about microfiber. But the difference between our microfiber, Norwex's microfiber, and everyone else's is that ours is 1/200th of a human hair, as opposed to everything you buy in the store that is 1/6, 1/5, or 1/4 of a human hair. So you're getting that catalytic action, that mechanical cleaning of the surface, as opposed to a chemical cleaning. And I don't know about you, but in my experience in dealing with chemicals, I didn't read the back of the package. I just used it how I was instructed as I was growing up. So when I took the time to read, and had found out that bleach is an asthmagen and synthetic fragrances can contribute to seizure activity, because my daughter has seizures, and a couple other health issues, I was just like, I couldn't believe that we're allowed to use those things in our homes to care for our family, which in turn makes more work for us. So I just want to help people have less
Okay.
Well,
And then Jill said chemicals are easily absorbed through hands. Use Brenna's product or at least wear gloves when cleaning.
Yes, Jill, I need to talk to you because I reached out to the other Jill. by
well,
mistake. I have your.
well, I want to ask you this, Brenna. Is that your jewelry you're wearing?
Oh, yes.
Did you make that jewelry? Because, see, we're getting ready to solo you so we can see that jewelry. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
show us. Show us.
I make sterling silver and 14 karat gold filled jewelry.
Yes.
Yay! I need earrings.
And I use materials that anything from opals to can't really tell because the light's not shining on it, but opals to labradorites to moonstones, and I'm very aware of healing properties as well. So I like amethyst and smoky quartz, and I've got a lot of materials. And I've been doing it since 2010, which is how I started that. But I wouldn't be able to do that today. There was a hiatus that I had taken for Ariana's cabinet.
Did you make the bracelet also?
Yes.
Can we see it?
Yeah.
Yes, Terry's over here shopping.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay, so we need a link for the jewelry. We got the happily green and clean. Do we get to the jewelry?
Yes.
How do we get to the jewelry, sweetie?
I have. You can find me on Asisa BG on Instagram.
We're gonna have you put it in the chat, and then we're gonna post it. Okay.
Okay.
In the private chat, and then we'll put it up. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
And the reason why we're doing this, because of what the situation we are in now with COVID, and there's an easier way because the hand sanitizers. Do you want to talk about that, Brenna?
Ooh.
Yeah. So we have to keep chemicals on the surface for an extended period of time in order for them to be effective. If they're not left on there for that prolonged period of time, as described on the back of the packaging, are we helping the bacteria or the virus to evolve, to build a resistance to what we've chosen to try to clean that surface with? So you have to leave it wet during that duration of time. Some of them are 3 minutes. Some of the cleaners are 4 or 5 minutes. They have to be left wet on the surface for that prolonged period of time for them to be actually effective against anything that's left on the surface. Sanitizing and disinfecting are two different things, and cleaning is not the same as sanitizing and disinfecting. So in the instructions on these chemical cleaners, I read, clean the surface, then apply disinfectant, then wipe clean with water.
Okay.
For that.
Look, we're not to wipe it down the first time. And so tell us, I know that I was happy to get a hold of my EnviroCloths and different things because I found out I can use water in this cloth and clean all that stuff off one time.
One swipe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's not that if it's something that's going to work and I don't have to have the chemicals, I'm good with that.
There you go.
Go ahead.
When we do presentations, a lot of them are virtual now because I like to help people earn their products for free. But when we do virtual presentations, I like to do the raw chicken demo because it shows how it doesn't move from point A to point B. And yeah, that's always a fun one. And I like the oohs and ahs from that. But you know that it's actually cleaning the surface, meaning that you're left with a surface you can touch and drop your food on and not have to worry about it.
Right.
There you go.
And you use water.
Yes, you're using water. And so it doesn't disinfect, it doesn't sanitize. It's literally mechanically cleaning the surface mechanically with the silver that's embedded into the cloth, that's woven into the microfiber, to inhibit any of the microbes growing, being able to replicate. And then that replication is how we got those stinky sponges in the past. So that didn't smell good.
That wasn't cool at all.
Cool at all.
Wow. Well, Claudia says she is camera ready, but I don't see you in the studio, Claudia.
Okay, come on, Claudia.
But yes, thank you for letting me share.
Yeah,
Thank you.
because we need to understand the things that are going on around us. And sometimes we don't know there's another alternative. Hey, Maureen, what are you doing? And Claudia said, I'm a witness. I've used this method for my vendor events. And Amanda says she likes to shop too. See, we got shoppers up in here all online.
Exactly.
And we're all business owners, so.
Yes.
Right. So we wanted to talk a little bit because we're doing a lot of things online. We talked about this on Friday. We were talking about the different rooms and meeting spaces. You know, there's Zoom. Zoom is the big name one, but we understand that there were a little bit of challenges with Zoom regarding privacy and some things of that nature. Then we, Terry and I tested out, what was it? Microsoft Teams.
Microsoft Teams. Nope. We don't even want
an epic fail.
I don't even want to discuss it. It was traumatic.
It was not easy. And if it's something that is not easy for you,
it was one of those frowny face moments.
It really was. First, it really looked like it was going to be fun, but I was like, oh my gosh, it was too much. And we wanted something easier. So, Lakeisha, what has your experience been with not Microsoft, Messenger Rooms? Messenger Rooms. It's the one by Facebook.
The room is great. I think it's, like you said, it's very, very intimate. I had someone get on that had never, purchased from me before. I had invited a lot of people. And I think because it's super new, you're not going to don't panic when 2 people show up. People is still people that you can still do the same, presentation for, if you will. And so I liked it a lot. It, like I said, made sense. More intimacy. When you go live, a lot of times you can go live and never know who viewed, unless they say something. But when they come into the room, and I'm not sure if they can choose not to be on video or not, but everyone who came into the room were on video. So you get an opportunity to kind of see them face to face. And I think that's great because, I think that's great. So I like that idea. And it doesn't look like you're talking to yourself.
Yes, it is really hard to just talk into the ether.
Yeah, we're going to live. Feel like you're talking to yourself. So, but when you can go into the room and you can promote it, or like you do any other event, and use that.
Nice.
Well, Maureen says it's great. We've got Claudia in the green room. Let's see her.
Claudia, you ready? Put your headphones down if you're on a laptop. Oh, right.
How you doing, Claudia? I know you were here earlier, but we didn't see your camera on, so we were like, okay, we didn't know if you were ready or not. I don't want you to think we were ignoring you.
No, I've had technical difficulties, and then I was like,
oh, okay.
I didn't have an intention to talk, but since I'm here, I might as well talk.
How you doing, Claudia?
To introduce Miss Claudia, she does boxables, and she prepares vegan and vegetarian, or all food?
I do all foods. The only thing that I can say that I don't have in my product line, I don't use any pork products, but I do everything else. I concentrate on vegan food and vegetarian food only because the other businesses out there don't focus on that. And I know that because when I did work corporate America, my irritation factor came because I was the one that was ordering the catering service. And each and every time I'm like, okay, can you give me, because we had a lot of people in our
vegetarian.
They were vegetarians, we had Muslims, that don't eat pork products and stuff like that. And even, people who are Hindu who don't eat a lot of other things besides just vegetarian options. And all the time, no matter who I called, the option was pasta with vegetables, or the option was a fake meat burger. That's what their options were. And so I wanted to dispel the whole idea behind that, because we can still eat things that even are meat-like, but that are reminiscent of meat, but taste very delicious. I think Lakeisha's on here, and she can attest for my chicken sandwich. She can attest for my tuna salad, and some other things.
All your food.
And Claudia, Carla saying your food is amazing.
Oh,
going back to I want mine delivered, and I'm just telling you.
that's a hint.
If I could, why do I need to go to other places if you can create the food, whether it's vegetarian or not, and I can get a healthy meal and it tastes good.
It's local.
Good, and it's all, and you deliver it. Oh, I'm good with that, because they have Blue Apron and some other people.
Yeah, right? Those other people are, I mean, some of them are really good. They've changed the mold with a lot of that, because now a lot of them are just delivering the food for you to create on your own. I understand that. I mean, I have an option for that as well. And actually, Lakeisha gave me a good idea, because I've been doing pantry hauls for the longest time. But you know what? That's people scared. They don't want to get rid of the food that's in their pantry. But how about I replace it with something healthy, or healthier version of what you're already eating? For instance, Lakeisha just had a chance. See, she gets to test all my food for me. So, because we live so close, and and we're best buds. So her mom had come into town, and she was talking about her sons eating this what if not Multi-Meal, what was the other one? Cream of wheat.
Yeah.
I have no issues with cream of wheat on a whole. However, I know that there's other options that are healthier. So I brought over to her and her kids a Tef cereal. It's an ancient grain, and it has a ton of protein and a ton of iron. And guess what? Whether you are premenopausal, postmenopausal, menopausal, you need iron. Women need iron. They need it. Black women need iron. Right. So she tasted it, and she actually enjoyed it. So I guess we'll have to find out what's next to taste test.
I'm gonna have to get that from you, because I just found out Ariana's anemic, so I'm like, okay, I need to figure something else besides spinach.
Yes, I make house calls too. They're different. They're food house calls, but they're still house calls.
Food calls.
So I'll have to come over and share some of the product with you.
That'd be great.
And Carla said that chicken sandwich makes her mouth water.
Aww. So I still haven't come up with a vegan option for that tastes just as good. So I'm still working on that, Carla. So since you said that, you'll be the first person to taste test the vegan option and see and get your feedback from you.
Yep.
And Maurice is agreeing with you with regard to having the iron, that postmenopausal, premenopausal, during menopausal, you need iron.
You need iron.
Yes.
So
Maureen is an excellent soundboard to what we do. We bounce ideas off of each other. We share ideas with each other. And that's how business and with working with anyone is supposed to work. You're supposed to collaborate, because I don't have all the answers. So that's what we do.
Well, Carla says she's all in for the taste testing. She's good with that.
All right. So as a reminder to all of anybody that's popping on that's new, if you own a business, you're welcome to come in and click on the link and share what you do.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can only get 6 people in.
So I'm going to pop off here so you can accept someone else. But thanks for letting me share, ladies.
Thank
you
you
for popping in. We love the jewelry, Brenna.
Oh, yes. I'll be in. I'm going to see you guys on Facebook. All right.
Yeah, put your contact info in the comments, please.
I will do.
Okay, so Carla, I'm not Carla. Claudia, you have a client. Amanda Hirschton says she wants to go vegetarian.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, then she can bypass all of the bland stuff and the food that tastes like cardboard.
Oh, I'm sorry that's your experience, and I'm sorry that's most people's experience.
The people at the store. Okay, so they had this cauliflower pizza crust.
Yes.
Epic fail.
What?
I'm sure because they did not season the crust part of it.
Oh.
It was just, I was like, and it looked good. The toppings and everything looked good, and it had cauliflower crust, and it was just.
It was a frozen pizza, or was it a?
Right, it was a frozen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just was not. It was not cute.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll tell you this. You said it was Amanda that was saying that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Amanda says yes.
No
cardboard, please.
Yeah, Amanda wants to go vegan and vegetarian. So
what I enjoy
I want to know what link to click on for that. Carla wants to know what link to click on.
Yeah,
Claudia.
Oh, Carla has my phone number.
No, she wants to. Carla, let me put the link back in the chat again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's not talking.
Okay.
I was saying what I enjoy about learning and being the tester of all is that I get to learn all things, Claudia. I get to learn, so I actually know. Like my grocery store shopping is completely different than it used to be. And so when I hear other people talking about, vegetarian or vegan or, any of those types of things, I can tell. I didn't tell you this, Claudia. I can tell when they don't know what they're talking about. I can tell when they're like, I'm like, oh yeah, they just started. They just started. They're not there yet. because I've been able to learn so much about, replacement, foods or doing different things. And, I may have to go to 3 different stores. My mom was like, you go to 3 different stores? I'm like, they don't have it there. I got to go to a different store. Right. So that's what I enjoy learning about.
While you're there.
Huh?
I said, or she sends me a text message and says, can you pick it up while you're there?
It sends a text to somebody to pick it up. That's why you need dream carriers, because somebody can go for you, or hey, you over there by Sprouts, pick this up for me.
Exactly. Fantastic.
Learning and testing doesn't come without a price. So don't think that the Keisha is over here getting all this for free, because, I have to beat her up, a lot because, sometimes people don't listen. So I have to literally throw stuff out, go to her house and throw stuff out.
Not anymore.
Well, not anymore, but when we first started, honestly, and I'm glad that she's here because that's what I do. I'm an East Coast girl, so, we're very direct. And I'm when I say this is when we first started, honestly, then it's probably not. If you're wanting help because you have a circumstance or a situation, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to help. But I have 50 other people to help as well. So I don't have time to babysit you or cry or have you cry on my shoulder. This is what it is. I know that it works because I'm taking care of now my mother-in-law, who is a brittle diabetic. We put her on a plant-based diet, and I'm telling you, we hardly have to give her insulin. So, so it's, it's just wonderful. We only wish that we had the opportunity to kind of get to her sooner before she ended up with dementia. So we're thinking that could have, husband's in the background.
Husband.
But we're thinking that, if we got to her sooner, that could have been a resolution to her circumstances as well. But we're okay now with just being able to be able to sustain her systemic issues with a diet change, basically.
Wow.
All right.
Major.
And then we got Carla. We got a few more minutes here. Carla.
Hey, Carla.
Yep. Maureen, I was bringing you in, but I didn't think you were ready. Carla, how have you been?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. We really missed you, girl.
Girl, I'm trying to make it happen. So the journey is real.
Yes. We say, what did you say? Think what you think about, you bring about.
That's it.
Think about what you're thinking. Tell us that, Carla.
Think about what you're thinking about.
Yeah. Because what you think about, you bring about.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Carla has a book, and she's also a stylist. Tell us a little bit about yourself and why you do what you do, Carla.
Okay. Well, actually, my world is evolving. Yes, I do have a book, and from the book that I've already written, I am creating a workbook for caregivers and care partners because I am now a caregiver.
Great.
So I'm creating a whole platform for caregivers to accept the journey with peace. So I'm working on that book right now. So yeah, because a lot of times, you want to get into it and you're just thinking about the negative part, but that negative part and that thinking is not going to do anything for you. So that's why I'm creating, the journey so you can just accept it and change your mindset about it. As me, my thing, as my husband's just looking at me, my thing is, I realized that I was created for this journey. As my husband with dementia, and so not only that, what I was created, but I can go back a number of years, realizing that God literally ordained me for this journey. And I want to say this story started when I was 5 years old. So that'll be in the second book because it's mind blowing of the steps and how things have come to play. I think I shared with Claudia, about the different steps that God has prepared me for this journey and being able to really focus on your self-care. Because see, a lot of times we as caregivers are actually the proper term now is care partner. We forget to take care for ourselves. So I'm creating a way care for ourselves, incorporate the care for the loved one while we're caring for ourselves, and then there's times you need the respite, and so I'm just putting a whole program together for people to really seek in and just change the mindset about this journey.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Carla, I have a question because I'm also a caregiver. Well, we have shared. So what about those people that are not on that journey? What is your advice to those people?
What do you mean on that journey?
So you said that you felt like God had planned this journey for you, had prepared you for the journey. What about those people who are thinking, I'm not ready for this. And how do I move forward? Or like for instance, me, I'm a caregiver to my mother-in-law, but I also have to essentially take care of my husband through this journey because he doesn't really understand it as much. And then us as women in general, I think we connect more. Like I will call you up and be like, girl, I can't do it. But I don't think my husband would necessarily do that, or anybody from the male.
Have that outlet.
Yes.
Right. So I have created a group. So far, not that it was intentional, it ended up being all women with their husbands, but it is important. It is vital that you get, hold on, my little animal is going cuckoo. It's vital that you get support, get into a support group. Even though you might not feel that you were created for this journey, it's really important to change your mindset about it, regardless of who it is, and ask, why am I in this? Why was I chosen for this journey? You know, and just wait on the answer. And not only why was I chosen for this journey, what are my steps moving forward? And if you're in tune, but hold on, Claudia, because honey, what you're doing is amazing. But when you're in tune to your, I call him God. I'm a Christian. When you're in tune to God, you will hear and you will get those directions. You know, you have to be open and willing. Now, I will say, I'm now doing one of the things I'm doing for my self-care. I am doing a raw food 30-day challenge starting today. That's why I was in the background trying to hurry up and get some stuff together. But the last time I did this raw food 30-day challenge, literally, I felt like I was so clean that I could audibly hear from above. And I made much quicker decisions. That mental menopause fog was gone. I was just light. I felt like I was hovering at a lighter level, and I was just quick with it. I was just quick. I got my directions was so much quicker, and just I had tunnel vision on what I was supposed to be doing. So as ladies, we're now doing this starting today. It's called the 20 Raw 20 reset, something like that. So, but I'm saying that what you put in your mouth is huge, you know, and that's Claudia, she will help you with that. I encourage
lies. You have said no lies.
You know, so it's just what you put, because being a care partner, it ain't no, it ain't no. But the journey can be, I mean, like one of the stories I tell, actually, they asked me to come down and speak to the Alzheimer's Association. And my husband and I, we're both goofy. Okay. We will laugh. Huh? Oh, I thought somebody said something.
No, we had some feedback. Go ahead.
Oh, so one of the stories that I tell when I say change your mindset was, one day I came home and my husband said to me, there's a truck on the fence. Excuse me? Yeah, there's a truck on the fence. So I said, show me what you're talking about. I go back there to see what he's talking about. I said, honey, that couldn't be possible. Our yard's too small for a truck to even get back there. Come back in the house and I asked him, I said, sweetheart, do you think just maybe you might have been having a hallucination? He looks at me. I am not crazy. All right. No, you're not. So I go in the bathroom, I sit on the edge of the tub, and I'm like, God help me. This journey is getting real. I need some help. And then here comes my little dog coming at me and just kissing all on my arms and just kissing all on me and just, mommy, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We got this. We got this. We're going to be all right. Here comes my husband. Out of the, he laughs about this story too. He comes out of the bedroom into the bathroom and he looks at me. He looks at the dog. He looked at me. He looked at the dog. He looked at me again and said, you in here talking to the dog and you think I'm crazy? You know, so we were able to just really laugh about the situation and with no shame.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I am. My goal is to get rid of the stigma and the shame of this disease, you know, and help people to care for themselves. So I do have a group, Inner Beauty by Design, not hair, but by design on Facebook. And so I'm creating another group so where anybody can just come in and just share. Very positive and motivating group. It's been a lifesaver for many of us.
I can see where that would be the case. I can
Mhm.
see where that would be the case. So make sure that we have that information, Carla, especially once you get your group established, so that we can share that out, because so many people need that information, especially when you're running a business. You need some support, extra support,
Right.
when you've got these additional, responsibilities. So thank you. Thank you for starting the group. No, I didn't take Maureen out. She's still down there waiting to come in. Can you see her? Yeah, there she is. Okay, how you doing, Maureen? Thank you so much, Carla.
Thank you for having me.
You know we love you, girl. That's why we were excited to see you.
Okay, Maureen, you're going to need to make sure that your volume is down on whatever device you're listening on so it doesn't feedback.
Okay. I don't know why you guys are echoing.
Maureen, you're going to need to make sure that your volume.
Is your phone turned off?
Turned on. You have, Maureen, you either got two things open on your.
You have some windows open?
Right. You might have two windows open. Turned on. You have, Maureen, you either got two things open on your.
You have some windows open?
Right.
So Maureen, turn your Facebook off, Maureen.
You might have two windows.
Turn your Facebook off. What?
Yeah, I have it muted for a second.
Yeah, I turned my Facebook off because it was.
Yeah, my Facebook was on, but is it on now?
No,
you're good now.
You don't want your Facebook off.
You're good. No,
Okay.
keep it off. You're good.
Please.
Like, okay.
Right there, Maureen. You're good.
Hi, I just wanted to pop in to announce that I'm having a day off. I call it day off from social media and from quarantine. And so on June 6th, inviting women to go hiking. We're going to do social, I call it physical distance, social connecting. And so I wanted to bring a group of women up to Auburn. It's a place where nature just at its best. And so there's no perfect way than to social distance. And also that doing a yoga session also where you bring your journal, and then we'll have a 1 hour or 60 minutes yoga session where we journal in nature and write basically what did quarantine teach us, some of the challenge that we have with it. So it's going to be journal and hiking in nature, and that's coming up on June 6th. I wanted to leave Sacramento at 9 so we can get up there, and then on and off it's kind of about 2 hours, and then we come back. Everybody would meet in their own cars, drive there, and then we have our mast, and then we had our little snack. You guys made your little snack. Where I'm going, there is an actual river there, and then you can sit on all these beautiful rock in nature with your yoga mat, and then be whatever distance you want from the other person. But that's a great opportunity while we take care of ourselves and learn a little bit about kind of just, it's a good thing to just stop in and journal. What of this quarantine taught us, or how do we relate to it? And then just to breathe through it. So That's going to be June 6th. And we're planning to leave Sacramento at 9. And
So how does they sign up?
It's on Eventbrite. And then
Okay.
it's on Facebook.
Yeah, put the link in the chat or the comments so that we can do that.
So the people can connect for that.
Yeah, so it's a good well, if you ever hike before, you know that everybody's at a different distance because everybody's at a different pace. Also, where we're gonna go, it's somewhere where I visited before. So typically, if you don't want to hike and you just wanted to join nature, you can drive as close as possible to the where the event is, and maybe walk less than, I would say, 5 minutes or so. So if you still don't want to do the hiking and do the long walking, you can either drive to that location, and it's dependent by choice. And then you still can take part in the journaling and the other stuff that nature's offer.
Nice.
So yeah, that's going to be June 6th. And we're planning to leave at 9 and then get back to Sacramento around 12 o'clock.
Oh,
so
that's
we
not
can,
bad.
Yeah, so we can do some actual hiking to nature. So just wanted to come on quick to announce that.
Okay,
Thank
Claudia.
you.
Claudia asked how long is the hike. So the hike, so we're being back here by noon. So, and the yoga is about an hour, right?
So I'm planning typically of spending like about 2 hours, because to get there,
Cool.
to get there is going to be like about, I think it's about 30 minutes or less than that, and to get back. So I wanted to just get there, enjoy nature. The picture tech of the place is so peaceful, and I thought that this would be a good idea to clear the air and just to get off the computer for a little bit. I know we've been living in a Zoom world, and we've been living in this whole bubble, but with your mask, with your yoga mat, and with all of the other preventive methods that's out there, social distancing. You bring your water also, and then you bring a little snack because you're gonna need that little snack. But I said, if you still love nature and you don't want to do that long walking, I did them before, so it's just about 5 miles. So if you don't want to do that, but there is actually a road where you can park. I think it's about probably like 10 minutes away or 5 minutes away from where we actually going to meet for the yoga breathing session and stretch. That you can actually drive down there and still enjoy the session. So if you just wanted to get up, get away from the computer for a little bit, this is a great opportunity. So I just wanted to share it here. So thank you guys for the opportunity to share.
Thank you.
Thank you for popping in, Maureen. We needed something to let us know that we can still connect with nature.
Yeah, I'm a nature girl. That's where my aliveness come into play. So I like to just get out and move about and see other things than, we've been quarantined for a while. So and that is totally up to if you think you're brave enough, you can still bring your mask, bring your whole protective thing with you. And how many miles? It's actually a 5 mile. It's actually a 5 mile hike. But I said, if you don't want to walk that far, Claudia is asking the question, you can still park as close as you want and with your journal, and then we'll meet you there, and then we'll all start and hopefully get back here in time to get lunch. But we advise, if you're going to come, to just bring a snack with you so that after whatever you can get something in your stomachs, because we're going to leave here by 9.
Okay.
Sounds good.
This has been
right.
good. Okay. Well, we are going to be wrapping up here. We talked about rooms and how you can use rooms for your business. We talked. Oh, Claudia said she was asking because she has her grands with her. talked and we've met some new people, and we've talking with Earlene. And Amanda says, I am so happy to be in here with all of you. Great, all of you. And Carla, thanks so much for sharing your story. I feel I can really relate at the moment. I'm with my family. Didn't plan to be here with all of you this evening. What a great surprise. Thank you, Amanda.
Yeah, it's really good to see you.
And I just wanted to give Earlene an opportunity for any last things that you wanted to share, any points and anything before we head out and let you all have your evening back. Earlene?
Yeah, and I was just really grateful to be here. Lots of great information. I was taking my notes as well, and things to walk away and put into action for myself. And again, I am here to come alongside of anyone who's looking to maybe bring alive a dream. And if I can support you as one of those dream carriers that can give you the positive voice of yes, you can, as opposed to the negative voices that sometimes come and attack, then I'd be grateful to be able to do that as well. And so I thank you very much for this opportunity. I so enjoy your meetings, and was glad you called this morning to remind me that it was today and that the time had shifted, because it was not as fully well on my radar with all of the shelter in place stuff going on, and the fact that it was a virtual event. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you for being here today. Everybody, thank you for watching live on the replay, Periscope, YouTube, Facebook. We appreciate you, and on our it'll be on our podcast.
This Carla's info just popped up.
Yeah, so Carla's information is in there for Inner Beauty by Carla. If you want to reach out to her, talk to one another on here. You guys can click and get everybody else's info. Turn Messenger on. It's okay. Messenger is your friend right now. So. And then answer it. Thank you, Jill, for helping us to breathe. Because
for real,
Brenda said the breathing by Jill helped her get into another space. It was very good. It helps us just to relax and calm down. I like the one about listening. For those of you who didn't get it, go back and look at this from the beginning. And Jill helped us to tune in and listen. It was really good. That is our time for today. Terry, you have anything else you want to share?
I just want to remind everybody, don't forget to go to the front of your own line. And remember, if you're looking for a mask, California Cover-Up has custom-made masks. Shameless plug. But really, tomorrow is Tuesday. And so we're going to be talking social media. With TJ all the way from New York City. We'll be here at 8 a.m. Pacific time. Come on over, join the conversation, and learn some wonderful things about how to do business in this current environment on social media.
All right. Hey, Brenda, thank you for being here. Everybody, enjoy the rest of your day. It is gorgeous outside here in Sacramento. And wherever you are. Yes.
If you want to join BizChicks, they need to text.
Oh, yeah. Text. Yeah. If you're not a part of BizChicks and you want to join, then you text. I'm putting it in here. Text.
Okay. Biz to 33777.
Yeah.
And please answer all the questions so we can put you in BizChicks. Okay.
And on the group, just answer all the questions and you'll get in the group. And yeah.
We look forward to hearing from you. Come join the conversation. And don't forget to go to the front of your own line. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. And thanks for joining us for First Monday. Thanks for everyone.
Stay put.